The Mets math. It's 25-16. It starts this weekend. It starts the big outing from Sean Manaea. It starts with the Mets taking care of a Marlins team who they split a 4-game series with back at the start of the second half in Miami.
There's positives from this series that you could hope carry on to that Marlins series, to that Orioles series.
Hit me with some.
Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso
went 4 for 4 yesterday, right?
He did. He homered.
2 walks today. David Peterson, absolute stud muffin last night.
David Peterson has been a stud muffin all year. Now 3 runs or less in 11 of his 13 starts he's made this season. Pitched 6 innings. He just continues to give the Mets valuable innings.
Francisco Lindor.
He's been white hot for a while. He had 4 straight multi-hit games. Hit his 100th career home run as a Met. We're really lucky to have a guy like Francisco on our team.
Hey guys, it's Vito Calisi, Jonathan Barron, Meet at the Apple. Look, we're not going to lie to you. We're not going to straight up not having a good time right now. Would you say so?
We're French frying when we should be pizzaing. You get that reference?
I do. I've seen South Park.
Yeah. Not having a good time.
The vibes at this very moment for us, like, it's sometimes you come into the podcast and it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine it's tough to be the guys in the clubhouse right now. I imagine on a day like this.
Probably tougher than us.
Probably much tougher than us. I'm saying, nobody's happy right now. There's nobody who's walking home from this stadium tonight, except unless you're an A's fan, who feels good right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is the immediate aftermath of Thursday's loss. So we are... The recency bias of the way that Thursday's game went down makes it sting even more.
Yeah.
Tuesday's game gets away from the Mets early. Wednesday, the Mets win a laugher. And then Thursday, they take a 5-0 lead, and it seems like they're going to win a laugher. And then, J.J. Bleday having a really good year for Oakland, was a high draft pick once upon a time. We always say.
Oakland's not a bad team.
We always say.
The A's have been one of the hottest teams in baseball since July 1st.
There's a lot of young players on that team who are trying to prove themselves. And also, I'm sure there's an extra chip on the shoulder of the Athletics since,
they don't know where they're playing next year?
Exactly. And, everyone is probably making fun and slights about them in that way. So, and the worst part about Thursday's game, not only you let the 5-0 lead evaporate, and then you take another run, you score another run, you go up 6-4. And the Mets had so many chances down the stretch late. It seemed like every inning in innings 7 through 9, and it's true, they did. They had a chance to tie the game, and they were just unable to come up with that big hit. Mark Vientos has a huge day, a 2-homer day. He actually hit his first career home run against the Athletics in September 2022. Yep.
That's a fun little fact, Johnny boy.
Yep. So, you can skin a cat a million different ways and try to break things down, and you can, we were talking before the show, and we're saying, okay, now what? We have to make a plan when we're talking about this. Now what? How do we, as fans,
fans, as podcast hosts, as employees of the team, look, there's a lot going on when we're getting ready to do this show.
Yeah.
Remember, we are here at the stadium. We work for the team. We love the team.
Yeah.
And there's a positive aspect of this job, which is on a tough loss like this, we are forced to take a look and say, okay, what are the positives? What can we say to make people feel better? Which some people might say is annoying. Some people might say, oh my God, all you do is say good things when bad things are happening. But you know what? Me as the Mets fan, it's nice sometimes to just be reassured with, hey, this isn't the end of the world. This isn't the end of the road. There's still baseball left.
Yep.
So,
all right. So you guys, we thank you for listening. And you clicked on this either on audio or on the Mets YouTube page. And the title episode is The Mets Math to Get to Where They Want to Go, or something along those lines. We'll fine tune it. So
Ben, the artist over there. I just want to give a big shout out to Ben before anything else. Ben's been making our thumbnails for the past month or two, and I think our thumbnail game is at just a level right now that is unmatched. Actually, Baseball Canvas on Twitter, Ben, I want you to know they retweeted the last one.
The Mr. Met with Seattle in the rear view. That was amazing. When Vito sent me that, I was like, oh my God. And he's like, what, you don't like it? I'm like, no, it's amazing.
Somebody tweeted it, and Baseball Canvas tweeted it and wrote, this is art. So, it's just, I want you to know that, people have noticed. You're doing a great job.
So, you're challenged with this one, a math-themed...
Watch this one suck.
A math-themed thumbnail. So, here we go. Here's the Mets math. I think it's pretty straightforward. The Mets have 41 games remaining entering Friday's game. Right now, they are 62 and 59. As of this very moment,
59.
the Braves are on pace for 86 wins. They are in the third spot in the National League wild card race. That means, theoretically, the Mets need to get to 87. To do so, the Mets need to go at least 25 and 16 the rest of the way. 9 games over 500. That is what they have to do. You need to separate yourself from the bad taste, the recency bias of what just happened this week or over the weekend. You need to take a step back. And when you think about it in terms of 25 and 16 the rest of the way, with 3 with Atlanta, so head-to-head games, each game, 2-game swing. And then also, we'll talk about it again, the big road trip that looms after the Orioles series, 4 in San Diego, 3 in Arizona. I know right now, let's not even worry too much about those teams. You want to catch the Braves first. But the Mets have a chance to make up for what happened by losing 2 of 3 to Oakland. And it starts this weekend against the Marlins, who, look, I know a sweep is a tall task. Like, sweeps aren't that common in baseball. Everyone loses 60, wins 60 for the most part, except one team. I'm not going to name names.
That team had a nice win this week, though.
One.
Good job for that team. Hey, if you're that team out there, I want you to know, as bad as this weekend, every time we're playing a day game, I think it's the weekend.
Yeah, it feels like
as
Sunday.
As bad as these few days were for us, that was a nice bright spot in this few days. So you guys out there, you 26 guys, just know I'm thinking about you and I'm thanking you for that one day.
And the Mets will be paying a visit there at the end of August, but...
Oh, I said that hastily. I said that, and I know that can be taken back. I know that could get thrown in my face.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't care, because for that day...
The Southside fans, they don't mess around, dude. They will find that. They will find Vito F. Khaleesi on Twitter.
Yeah, I got a close friend who's a Southside fan. I actually really love the White Sox. Like, I don't like some of the things they do with their organization, but like their fan base, like I've always liked them more than Cubs
diehard fans.
They are diehard.
It's hard
fans.
to be a White Sox fan. Forget this year. Being in that city,
yeah.
Like the Cubs are the sexier team. They got Wrigley, Wrigleyville, Sammy Sosa,
even with the recent
Glenn Allen Hill. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep naming random
even
Cubs.
with the recent World Series win. I'd much rather be a Mets fan than a White Sox fan.
That wasn't that recent. It's gonna be 20 years next year.
More recent than 1986.
No, I know.
Dude.
I know. Like,
but I'm just saying, that city, look here. Obviously, there's another team in town that a lot of people seem to like, and a lot of people seem to wear their hat.
Who is that?
But there's another. That's Voldemort. We don't say their name. But in Chicago, outside of the States, I don't think many people know who the White Sox are. Outside of maybe Michael Jordan played some minor league baseball for them.
Jermaine Dye was pretty nice. Paul Konerko.
That whole time that I was speaking, John was just waiting to spout out the next White Sox player.
Paul Konerko, possible Hall of Famer.
Okay.
I don't know. Kind of, maybe. What do you think? Anyone? Yeah, thumbs
What about
up?
Mark Burley?
Mark Burley, Hall of Very Good.
Okay.
Mark Teixeira, same category.
What about Joey Votto?
Hall of Famer.
But it's funny because that was who said it last year or the year before, Hall of Very Good.
Someone said that about Joey Votto?
Yeah, he pressed them about it. I forgot which.
Oh, Chris Russo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Chris Russo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Votto went on his show and eviscerated him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Votto's a Hall of Famer for sure. Anyway.
The Mets.
The Mets math.
The Mets?
No, the math. The Mets math.
The Mets math.
The Mets math. It's 25 and 16. It starts this weekend. It starts the big outing from Sean Manaea. It starts with the Mets taking care of a Marlins team who they split a 4-game series with back at the start of the second half in Miami. A Marlins team that's going to look significantly different with all the trades that they made at the trade deadline. Again, a possible landmine because you do have a bunch of young players who there's not a lot of information out there about. And
a Marlins team that's broken a heart before.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, look, that's the thing. And I think this is the feeling in the clubhouse. When fans look at the schedule, they're like, easy game, easy game, easy game, easy game, easy game, easy game. The 26 guys in that room, they are not looking at it that way whatsoever.
Shot.
You can't take anything for granted in Major League Baseball. So it's just not the way it is. But on paper, the Mets are a very talented roster, and they should be able to take care of business, hopefully, against the Miami Marlins. That'll cleanse the palate a little bit, and then you go from there. And that's the road to 25 and 16.
Yeah, I mean, look, outside of this tough game, there's positives from this series that you could hope carry on to that Marlins series, to that Orioles series.
Hit me with some.
Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso went 4 for 4 yesterday, right?
He
did. He homered.
2 walks today.
2 walks today. I'll throw one. Again, we asked Mendy about this. David Peterson, absolute stud muffin last night. David Peterson has been a stud muffin all year. Now, 3 runs or less in 11 of his 13 starts he's made this season. Pitched 6 innings. He just continues to give the Mets valuable innings. And he's evolving, and Mendy told us about that too. Just the way that he takes information on, and the way that he's open to not criticisms, but just advice and the wisdom of a Jeremy Hefner and other coaches that he works with. The evolution of David Peterson, and it's been quiet. I don't think the fans have really given him the credit that he deserves. But when David Peterson's on the mound, I'm comfortable. I feel good. He gives them a chance to win every time he's out there.
Francisco Lindor.
He's been white hot for a while. He had 4 straight multi-hit games. Hit his 100th career home run as a Met on Wednesday night. Joined Jose Reyes as the only shortstops in Mets history with 100 homers. So that's awesome. We're really lucky to have a guy like Francisco on our team. What else you got?
Look, there were some guys. There were some good outings from people in the bullpen today. I mean, Phil Maton, Ryan Stanek, both of them clean innings.
Edwin Diaz looked good today.
Edwin Diaz looked good. So, like, these are things that when you're looking in a vacuum and you just see the box score and you're just thinking, man, everything can't go, like, nothing's going right now. Now, there are things going right. It's just we need more things to go right at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, Thursday's loss is just it's one that I understand people are gonna take a bad taste in a Friday in their mouth with. It's a bummer. I mean, you're up 5-0 against any team.
Yeah,
that's a game you want to win. And the Mets early in the season let a lot of those games get away.
When people are eating free fries from McDonald's, you want to be on a win.
Yeah, those should be win fries.
Those should be victory fries.
Yeah, but baseball is, we talked again about it with Mendy. You pick yourself up and you move on. Things change so quickly.
Baseball's
in this sport.
built to break your heart.
It is, and then it builds you right back up. Yeah. I mean, how do you think the Braves fans were feeling after losing 2 of 3 to Colorado last weekend?
Yeah.
Remember when...
What about the splitting with the Marlins and getting...
At home, after taking the first 2. Remember when the Yankees were in shambles? Just complete shambles after the Mets went there and took 2 games from them?
Yeah.
The way that the Bronx was burning, in a way. How about the Phillies and their fan base that has seen that team just seemingly collapse in the second half? They built up such a lead in the first half that it's not... at this time looking like they're going to let the division slip away, but they've been playing terrible baseball as well. The Red Sox swept a huge series from the Royals and then went home to Fenway and got swept by the Astros in what was a huge series.
Yeah, Janie.
Yes. Good point. Want to shout out our good friend, former colleague now, Janie Murray, who worked for a couple years behind the scenes here on the social medias. She did a great job. Met Social's great.
Yeah.
Funny, witty, informative. They get it, the right tone.
And she was very, very invested and involved in the player development pages, so we worked with her a lot with Future of Flushing.
Janie knows ball. Janie definitely knows ball.
The Red Sox are getting a good one.
They are.
Yeah, so she's got
Janie's not going to let any of those Dom Smith tweets happen anymore, I'll tell you that. All right. And if they do happen, you could direct your attention to Janie on that.
Look,
but Janie, best of luck in Boston.
Best of luck in Boston, Janie. We miss you. You're a great friend, great coworker.
Opening night at MSG. I'll see you there.
But back to the Mets. Marlins, big series coming up. And there's some things we want to mention. One, Saturday, first 15,000 fans. What do you get?
Oh, my God.
OMG shirt.
The OMG shirt.
And fans, some of you are going to be happy about this. Let's just say the XL shirts are back.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, it's very universal. It's very universal. And what's good for it? Look, I know you are a large, but
do I? Everyone calls me Mr. Schmedium.
Well, yeah,
I've transitioned to large.
But when you go to the gym, isn't it you? I know you like pump. I know you like a bigger shirt at the gym.
I do. I used to be a smaller shirt at the gym guy, and then I realized, no. You want a bigger one.
Isn't this going to be a lit gym shirt?
No, that is. Yeah.
This is going to be a great gym shirt for you.
Also, if it's way big on you, you could crop it. You could do anything. You could
crop
cut it into a stringer.
And it's nice quality. It's a good shirt.
Let me get a feel.
Yeah, get a feel.
That is a nice quality shirt.
So that's Saturday night, first 15,000 fans. And remember, special ticket offer Tuesday night where you can get that OMG foam finger. We don't have it right here, but you can pretend it's that sign right there.
Are you more of a foam finger or the necklace? Like the chain that people wear with the logo?
You
don't like the chain.
I'm gonna be a down. I like the only reason I don't like the chain. No, I like the OMG chain. You know why? Because it's something that they do the OMG sign during home runs. But like the Mets sign chain that people wear, like it doesn't mean, like it's not like they use it. It's not like it's
not a symbol from the dugout or anything. Every team in sports has that.
I know it's made by the good people at Fanatics.
Okay.
That's a Fanatics thing, I think.
Yeah, it's a big thing. This came up today on Soul Mets.
Wait, like it's not like the Padres. They used to have the giant medallion.
Yes, the spinning one, right?
The spinning one.
And Pete Alonso had the home run derby chain too.
Exactly.
That's
so
fun
like
as well.
those were things that existed.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying don't get it. If that's your thing, I get it. And I see fans loving it. And I will say at Port St. Lucie, I did get a PSL Mr. Met giant chain thing because like I love Florida Mr. Met.
Florida Mr. Met hits every single time.
Florida Mr. Met's a vibe.
So, all right. So, foam finger or what's another one? Bobblehead.
Bobblehead. You know
Bobblehead?
me. You know me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, Richard Hernandez, he was kind enough to give me a bobblehead.
Oh, he gave you the angel one, right?
He gave me, the Mets played the Angels, and it was like D23 bobblehead day, and he gave me the Mickey Mouse bobblehead. So that's just a big thank you to him for that. That was really cool of him.
That's awesome. Richard's a real one.
Yeah, he's a real one. He's a really cool listener. And any listener out there, dude, thanks for all listening because, you know, we appreciate it. And
We're here with you, by the
I
way.
was
Like, we're
literally
down
about-
in the dumps too. It's not like we're not. You know, sometimes we look at ourselves as a voice of reason.
we just want
try
you
to be.
We want you to listen to this pod. It's like there's a lot of other Mets podcasts out there. There's a ton of Mets podcasts.
You know, there's more Mets podcasts than any other team, right? Like,
I think I genuinely believe
yeah,
that.
like the Guardians don't have that many podcasts. The Yankees have like 3 or 4 podcasts.
Mets fans love talking about the Mets. They love listening to Mets content.
Yeah, Mets
And
fans are
there's-
the best. That's why.
There's so many Mets podcasts out there, and that's not a problem. We want you to listen to as many as you possibly
We
can.
listen to other Mets podcasts.
We do. And the only thing we're trying to get across here is, look, all those other Mets podcasts, we know what they're doing right now. We know that it's Chicken Little right now. The sky is falling.
Good movie.
Everything is terrible right now. But that's not what you're going to get here. And that's not just because we work for the team. It's also because we genuinely are the kind of fans who like to look on the bright side and think, okay, what can make us feel better going into tomorrow? Because that's how we want to feel. And we know that's how those 26 dudes over on the other side are feeling right now. What can we do tomorrow?
And I'll say one other thing about that.
What's that other thing?
I mentioned there's 41 games left.
Yeah.
No matter how highs the highs are or how low the lows are, once the season ends, eventually it does, whether it's September, October, November, we're all gonna miss this, and we're all gonna
You're going to be bummed you didn't come more.
we're gonna yearn for it.
You're
That's
going to
the
be
word.
bummed you didn't go to more games. You're going to be bummed you didn't watch more games on TV. You're going to miss it. The second November rolls around, the second you start, second hoodie season comes, the second you're on the train, you're wearing your thickest, heaviest jacket, heading somewhere, you're going to go, man, I wish it was baseball season right now.
That's the way it goes every year.
And then the second the Super Bowl ends, because we are blessed at this point now, where basically the second the Super Bowl's over, pitchers and catchers report. The fact that we're at spring training, like for the Super Bowl, if I was a kid, couldn't even think about how great that would be to know that baseball was that close, because it didn't used to be like that.
No, yeah, there was a little bit more separation. It's going to get even better because the NFL is going to probably
They're going to do the President's Day thing.
definitely one day. For
It's crazy.
sure.
I mean, like, it's crazy to just not have the automatic day off the day after the Super Bowl.
100%.
It's already a holiday. Like, why not just go full force, full bore?
I agree.
All right. Well,
No, Friday.
Friday.
Friday's a buzz at Citi Field. Fridays at Citi Field are the best. DJ, we got fireworks on Friday.
got
I've
the
already
shirt.
talked about that. I don't need to get more into that.
I know, but we got to mention again if we're
But
going to
the
mention.
things that happen on Friday in this stadium, it's just a party. I'm so excited for Fridays. I'm gonna miss Fridays so much. The last couple Friday games we've had, Colorado, July 12th, Iglesias hits 2 homers, home run derby. And then 2 weeks ago, the Atlanta series that Friday, where the Mets score 7, JD grand slam, Vientos Alvarez home
Saw
runs.
people just throwing beer in the air, just having a ball.
That's going to happen again on Friday night against the Marlins. You never know what sort of surprise we've got planned, what sort of shenanigans. We had the Olympics. We had Nina Sky this past week.
And that was just weekday games.
There's always something to enjoy, to look forward to. This is the place to be. And if you're not here, you're going to regret it when it's all said and done. So make sure you're here and you're having a good time with your friends, your family, the friends you haven't met yet out in the stands. It's what it's all about. It's August, baby. 25-16, the Mets math. It's doable, and you guys know that, and we know that.
So listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We're available on there. We're available on the Mets YouTube. I'm on Twitter at Vito F. Khaleesi. He's at JMB9191. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you right back here when the Mets wrap up this important series with the Marlins. Let's go, Mets. Keep the faith and just, stay positive.